Holy shit, what happened to you?
Carl!
Oh yeah? You were shot by Carl or what's his name? I don't remember. Anyways, my bad.
Carl! Carl!
Yeah, that's fair. But since you're here, wanna watch this movie with me?
Carl!
Sweet! Oh, shh, it's starting. It opens on October 30th, Devil's Night, Detroit. You got police officer Albert, he's on the scene of the crime. You find Shelly, the girlfriend, beaten and raped and left for dead. And then Eric, the musician guy, was thrown out the window and he dies in the street after being shot and stabbed a bunch too. So the couple had planned on getting married on Halloween, where one officer says, "Who the fuck gets married on Halloween?" And Albrecht says, "Nobody." Nice little scene there. But anyways, so as he leaves for the hospital with Shelly, the girl, Sarah, she shows up and says, "You're sorry about your friend there." And then the moment as Albert reluctantly tells her that Shelly is dying.
Carl! Carl!
I know, right? That is sad as fuck. So anyways. Alright. So 1 year later, a crow taps on Eric's gravestone, right? Like an asshole. So he climbs up out of his grave, and then while doing this, you got T-Bird and his shitheads over there fucking around setting fires to the city and stuff. And then Eric ends up making it back to his old apartment up in the city. And he starts having flashbacks of 1010, Skank, and Funboy killing him and his girlfriend and shit. And Eric soon discovers that any wounds he receives, he can heal from, like Wolverine. Sneakity sneak. And then, guided by the crow, he sets out to kick ass on those motherfucking murderers. Sorry. And so as the plot thickens, the crow helps Eric track down 1010. And then as he stabs him in every vital organ in alphabetical order, as they say, he takes his coat and then goes off to pawn his stuff at the pawn shop. So then he goes and finds Shelly's engagement ring, forcing the owner, Mr. Gideon, to return it, of course. And then he drops a whole bunch of rings down the barrel and has the coolest quote. And he's like, "Your street grease, you hear me? Is that gasoline I smell?" Boom. Oh, it's so epic. Oh, it's amazing. And then, moving on. And then he leaves Gideon alive so he can go tell others. And then after finding Funboy with Sarah's drug addict mother, Darla, he kills Funboy by overdosing him with morphine. And then Eric later goes on to confront Darla, squeezing out the morphine. Mother is the name for children. No, mother is the name for God on the lips and hearts of all children. So good. And then in the meantime, Top Dollar, the crime boss, who controls all the street gangs in the city, and his half-sister girlfriend thing that's fucked up. Anyways, they soon become aware of Eric's actions. And there you go. So after T-Bird and Skank, they stop at a convenience store to get smokes and road beer, because you know how you do. Eric shows up, and then he kidnaps T-Bird, and then Skank follows him and watches T-Bird get blown the fuck up by Eric. So that was pretty cool, though. Gets his little trademark burb. Yeah, it's awesome. It's pretty sweet. But anyways, so then it goes after that. Grange. One of Top Dollar's right-hand men, he goes and checks on the gravesite and finds out that it's empty. So then Top Dollar holds a meeting with all the gangs around town to plan for a new Devil's Night criminal activities. And then Eric shows up looking for Skank, Boom, 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 gunfire, everything gets murdered, and then nearly everyone present being killed, including Skank. Top Dollar, he escapes. His nasty incest girlfriend, she escapes. So does Grange. Alright, so now that Eric has finished his quest, he's going back to his grave. Sarah bids him goodbye, and he leaves Shelley's engagement ring on the gravestone. And then Grange abducts her, and then takes her to the church, where Top Dollar's hanging out with his incest girlfriend. That's gross. And so then the crow shows up, and then Grange blows its fucking head off in a church, as you do. And then they find out that Eric is mortal. Yeah. And then the crazy psycho incest girlfriend tries to take the power of the crow, but didn't work. So then Top Dollar grabs Sarah, climbs up to the top of the tower with the bell as the fight continues. And then Albrecht ends up killing Grange. And then the crow escapes from the incest girlfriend, claws her fucking eyes out, eats brains. Well, it doesn't eat brains, but whatever. And then she falls down to her death to show up in the sequel, because that's how that works. And then Albrecht gets wounded. And then eventually Top Dollar admits ultimate responsibility for what he did. And then that's when Eric puts all of his suffering into Top Dollar's brain and kills him with emotional and possibly physical anguish as he falls to his death. You did. Alright, then it ends with Sarah. She goes with Albrecht to the hospital. Eric reunites with Shelley. And then the crow carries Shelley's engagement ring in its beak. And then later lands on Eric's grave and drops the ring there. And then before flying off, and then Sarah's monologue affirms that while people die, love lasts forever. The end.
Call. Call, call.
The fuck you just say?